Every Punjabi household, there is a lovely aroma of good non-vegetarian food. Last week, I made the most popular dahi chicken. So I thought of experimenting some more and I replaced the dahi chicken with dahi mutton. It turned out absolutely delicious. It was really divine. So I just thought I would like to share this recipe with you. So today I am going to show you how to make dahi mutton. The beauty of this recipe is that you do not have to pressure cook it. You can make it in the open kadai and cover it with the lid and let it cook on slow fire. And once it's done, it turns out absolutely delectable. And we need about 1 kg of boneless mutton in this, and it has to be washed and cleaned. Then we have 2 cups of thick yogurt. If you like this dish with more gravy, you can add more yogurt. And here we have 200 grams of fresh cream. This is the main masala for the mutton. That is, we have about 3.5 heaped tablespoons of garlic ginger paste. If you are a very garlic gingery person, you can add about half a teaspoon more also. But basically 3.5 tablespoons of garlic ginger paste. Then we have the cinnamon powder. This is 1 teaspoon. We have 2 black cardamoms pounded. We have again 2 teaspoons of heaped black pepper. Then we have green chillies and pudina, that is the mint leaves, and a blob of butter and salt per taste, so about 1.5 teaspoon is good enough. And lastly, we need coriander for garnishing. As you can see, the mutton is very nice and tender. It's boneless pieces. I add in the thick yogurt, heaped garlic ginger paste. Then I add in the salt. Then I add in the cardamoms with half the cinnamon powder, half the pepper, the green chilies and the mint leaves. I also add in a little bit of coriander for the flavor. So here I just marinate this whole thing together very nicely. Another thing about this recipe is that there is no oil in it. There is no oil, there is no ghee. It's only a blob of butter that is towards the end when the mutton dish is ready. But that again too is optional. If you want to add it for a nice glaze and taste, you can do it, but if you want to omit it also, it's perfectly fine. The dish by itself tastes very good. So here I finished with the marination of the mutton. Now I'm going to keep this marinated mutton for about an hour, hour and a half. But the longer you keep it, the better it is. So here the mutton has been marinated, and since you know there is no oil or ghee going into it, so I'm just going to dump in this into this pan. And half your work is done. So here goes in the mutton. You do nothing, just stir it well and you just let it cook. So now I am going to just shut the lid, lower the flame, let it cook on slow flame for about 30 to 40 minutes. It could be done in 30 minutes also, even 40 minutes, depending how tender your lamb is. And since there is no oil, no ghee, there is no water as well. The total gravy of this mutton is only in yogurt. So here is the mutton which I had dumped in. You can see it has dried out completely. So I am just saying that, you can see that the mutton is pork tender. So now I just loosen this a little bit. You can add water, maybe about 2 to 3 tablespoons. So I just get the whole masala together. Taken out all the masala from the side of the pan. I add in some more pepper. I add in fennel powder and elaichi powder are my favorite. So you can see that I've added this I've added the remaining of the cinnamon. I add the bowl of cream and I just stir this like this with the cream. So this is the way it is. And now to top it, I garnish it with coriander leaves. So now here I add in a blob of butter. Again, this is optional because the stuff that has gone into this recipe is yogurt, cream and butter. It's by itself a very rich dish. So if you want to opt out for the butter, it's okay. But when you add butter, it gives a nice glaze and of course a nice taste to the recipe. As you have seen, this recipe is very quick and very easy. You can have your variations as well. You can try the same recipe with different meats as well. If you like this recipe, please subscribe to India Food Network. Till then, goodbye.